Hello, Steamers streamers. Welcome back to another edition of Edenton Steamers Baseball. Yes, a late start for us tonight. We had some lightning hovering above Historic Hicks. No rain, though. And it looks like some sunshine finally starting to peek through some dark clouds here in Edenton, North Carolina. I feel a great regret for not keeping you guys all informed as we were here at Historic Hicks. However, had to do some running around, figuring some things out. We were waiting on a lineup for Greenbrier for quite some time. As of right now, we're scheduled to start in about 10 minutes. Both teams out on the field, warming up. Both teams had to go back to their locker rooms with our regulations whenever there is lightning within a close enough distance. There are still some dark clouds over East Freemason Street to the right of our press box, but the sun is shining, as you might be able to see on your screens. Once again, I apologize for not keeping everyone up to date. When it comes to rain delays or lightning delays, cancellations, you can always go to our Twitter, our Facebook pages as well. We'll keep everyone updated there. I'm sorry, I was just running around with all the craziness from the delay going on, so I didn't have time to get back up here. We'll start our pregame, our official pregame, in about 2 minutes. Until then, I'll leave our own crowd mic potted up for you guys so you can just at least hear what's going on here at the field. In case there's another announcement made and I'm not near the microphone, you guys can pick that up through our PA system. However, I don't plan on going anywhere before the start of today's game. So I'm going to pod back down, but I'll stay live for all you folks. I'll be back in just a minute.
We got the jerseys going up for auction tonight. It's the jerseys that the Steamers players are wearing. All proceeds go to the Alabama area United Way. Projected start time 7:55.
Still not here though.
Specials in the beer garden tonight, Budweiser for $2, Wicked Wheat, Watermelon for $3, and also Goose Island IPA for $3.
Well, I'll tell you why. He's working with Connor.
Yeah.
Connor's giving him pointers.
Look, last pitch. There's a changeup. Right away.
See, I want to get a bullpen at the actual distance. I was throwing you like 110 feet.
I mean,
Folks, I've now been informed that our new official start time is 7:55. So just 15 more minutes before the start of tonight's contest. Once again, I'll be starting our pregame about 8 minutes prior to that, once we see the umpires emerge from that left field wall. We'll start officially tonight's broadcast.
You guys stay safe out there.
Possibly a couple days. I talked to Mark about that one time. More than I'd ever want to be at. Huh? Yes. Personally, I've never wanted it. That's a lot.
Tonight is Albemarle Area United Way night here at Historic Hicks Field, and the Steamers are proud to welcome out to our field the Executive Director of the Albemarle Area United Way, Mr. Bill Blake, and Mr. Blake is going to say a few words to him.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Historic Hicks Field. Thanks for coming out for what's going to be a beautiful night of baseball. It's actually kind of cooled off a little bit, right? Appreciate you guys sticking it out. It's definitely kind of an unusual year this year, isn't it? Summer doesn't feel the same as it normally does, but tonight we get to have a little normalcy with this baseball game. As Tom said, my name is Bill Blake. Executive Director of the Albemarle Area United Way. And first and foremost, I want to give out some thank yous. Big thank you to Tyler Russell and his entire Steamer staff for making tonight possible. A special night to benefit the United Way. And really, again, for their team and their staff making the whole season possible. So big round of applause for Tyler. Secondly, I want to say a shout out to Scotty Sykes and the entire Sykes & Company organization. They financially equipped us to be able to have this special commemorative night tonight. And so thank you, Scotty, and everybody at Sykes & Company. Last but certainly not least, I want to give a special thanks to the Board of Directors of the Albemarle Area United Way. I get to be the pretty face, well, scratch the pretty part, but I get to be the face of the organization. But the Board of Directors are really the folks who are the backbone of what makes United Way so successful. A little bit about Albemarle Area United Way. We serve 9 counties in northeast North Carolina. That's why it's the Albemarle Area United Way. We have 24 certified partner agencies. They're all local. When you support United Way, you're supporting all local programs. Many of those agencies are here tonight. We have Girl Scouts, we have Albemarle Hope Line, we have Chowan Smart Start. I think some of the kids from Countryside were here earlier. But 24 partner agencies that you're supporting, and sometimes even other agencies. With Hurricane Dorian and COVID, we've given out grants to like the Edenton Food Pantry, and we support Edenton United as well. So again, all of the dollars that come through United Way stay local. Now real quick, I want to share 2 stories. One that's about the past and one that's kind of future, but they are connected by tonight. The first is going back in history. To those of you who can remember in English class, you read a story about some guards. They were known as the Musketeers. And they had this slogan, right? They held up their swords, the 3 Musketeers. Does anybody know what that slogan was? I heard somebody shout it. All for one and one for all. United we stand, divided we fall. Well, that's what this silver wrapper kind of looks like, a sword, doesn't it? And you can buy these candy bars at the concession stand all season long, and proceeds from the sale of these candy bars go to benefit United Way. And that slogan that we have on our shirts, Live United, that's what that is, all for one and one for all. Right? They said if they got captured, they'd fight to the death to rescue them. That's kind of the historical one. You have an opportunity to support United Way tonight with that. Going forward, envision 20 years from now, one of the Edenton Steamers players getting to talk about the summer of 2020. Hey son, let me tell you about the summer when there was no minor league baseball. Didn't happen. Major leagues didn't start until yesterday. They're playing 60 games. But I got to play summer ball at Historic Hicks Field. And there was this night where I wore this red, white, and blue jersey. And there was some fan in the stands who bid on that shirt. They spent $500, maybe $1,000 on my jersey because they saw me play and they thought, how cool was it to own my jersey? I might go on and play in the major leagues, right? That's the future. But you can make that happen tonight because these commemorative jerseys that the players are wearing, you can go right over here to these picnic tables and you can bid on those jerseys that you can take home with you, or you might be so generous that you decide to give it to the player because, quite honestly, these guys want to remember this year as much as we do. But all of the proceeds will go to United Way to help people in need. So you get to play a critical role tonight, bringing the past and the future together to support our community. So on behalf of the Albemarle Area United Way, thank you. Enjoy the ball game, and we're going to have the first pitch now. Liam, who's almost 5 years old, which, by the way, any scouts that are here in the stands, I've already signed him. I'm his agent. But Liam is going to throw the first pitch to Shane behind home plate. Liam, you want to step up here? You're going to throw this up. Yeah, lined up. All right.
Good job, Liam. Right down the middle. I think now we're going to have Gavin Crowley say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic from which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
After picking up their 5th straight victory and 4th straight TSL win last night in a 13-8 finish over the Old Dominion Hitters, the Edenton Steamers take their home field here at Historic Hicks for their 22nd Tidewater Summer League game in 2020 tonight with the league's longest active winning streak as they take on the Greenbrier Knights for the 9th time this summer and 8th time here in Edenton. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and baseball fans alike. My name is Patrick Foster. Welcome back to Historic Hicks Field on the campus of John A. Holmes High School in Edenton, North Carolina for another edition of Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Tonight, the Edenton Steamers look to pick up their 17th TSL win of the summer over the Greenbrier Knights after winning their 4th straight league contest with a 5-run win over the visiting Old Dominion Hitters last night here at Historic Hicks Field in a 13-8 finish. The win was Edenton's 5th consecutive victory over the Hitters in 6th of the season series. The Clams have won their last 4 straight TSL competitions and last 5 overall, including a 9-6 win over the Tarboro River Bandits on Monday the 20th. The Steamers retake their home field tonight, trying to push their current win streak to an odd 5 games and overall record to 17-5 as they come into today's contest at 16-5, just 2 games shy of matching their longest win streak of the 2020 summer of 7 wins, which came to an end on July 16th, and an 11-6 loss to the team they play tonight, the Greenbrier Knights. As for the Knights, they come into tonight's game just 1 game behind the second-place Old Dominion Hitters with a 7-12 record. Greenbrier comes in looking to break out of their rut after losing their last 2 games, including a 12-2 loss to the Steamers back on Tuesday, the 21st, and an exhibition loss on Wednesday to the Peninsula Pilots, just 4-3, the tightest contest of any between the Pilots and any TSL team this season. Greenbrier, however, comes in confident after being the last team to hand the Steamers a loss in the summer in an 11-6 victory for the Knights, as mentioned earlier, back on Thursday, July 16th. We've had a threat of rain today. We had a lightning delay here at Historic Hicks that has set us back to a 7:55 p.m. start time as opposed to our typical 7 p.m. start time. Tonight is the Albemarle Area United Way night. The Steamers wearing their specially themed patriotic jerseys in support of the Albemarle Area United Way. The Albemarle Area United Way is a non-profit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. And the Steamers have partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to helping them raise money for all of their services. The Steamers, as mentioned, wearing their specially themed patriotic jerseys for their game, and a silent auction being held today. All proceeds going back to the Albemarle Area United Way. You can auction or place a bid on any one of the jerseys being worn tonight, including that of our own Rachel Arner, our head of social media and marketing, who runs our game day in-stadium events. So if you're sitting at home looking for something to do, come down to tonight's game and see if you can win yourself one of these jerseys in our silent auction, and all of your money will support a good cause. Our head athletic trainer, Courtney Phelps, coming over to our umpires to talk things over. Likely in regards to the weather we've been experiencing here. There are some dark clouds still looming behind us here at Historic Hicks Field. And it's moving away from us, but the lightning may be still in too near of an area. But the umpire's not moving from behind home plate. With some time before tonight's first pitch in the action, we did have our first pitch officially thrown tonight. The son of Bill Blake, the head of the Albemarle Area United Way, throwing out tonight's first pitch after Mr. Blake provided a nice sentiment about the entire United Way organization, specifically the Albemarle Area United Way. But let's take a look back at last night's win over Old Dominion, a 13-8 finish here at Historic Hicks Field. Old Dominion put pressure on the Steamers early on, scoring the first run of the game in the top of the first inning. Hunter Cole drove home the only run of the frame with an infield single to second base. The Steamers wouldn't score until the bottom of the third, but when they did, they brought the runs in bunches. A 5-run bottom of the third after holding the hitters scoreless through the second and third innings. Edenton brought home 5 runs with RBIs from Tyler Myers, Alan Alonzo, and Tyler McPeak. Alan Alonzo with the biggest hit of the inning, a 3-run bases loaded and bases clearing double to center field. Edenton added 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th to open up the score to 8-1. Alan Alonzo brought home his 4th RBI of the competition with a single to right, while third baseman Aaron Copeland picked up a pair of RBIs with his first double of 2020. Copeland also picked up a triple in last night's game. The hitters responded in the top of the 6th by scoring their first run since the first, with 2 runs on a single from catcher Sebastian Silva and an RBI ground out from left fielder Alex Gulisano to bring the score to 8-3. Edenton brought 1 more across in the home half of the inning when Brody Rubenstein scored to make it 9-3. Old Dominion brought in their 4th and 5th runs of the game in the 7th with an RBI from Andrew Ott for his second hit of the game, and Hunter Cole, who grounded into a double play with no outs, bringing a runner home from third. The hometown Clams collected 4 more runs in the bottom half of the 7th on just 3 hits, with ribbies coming from Jared Kaufman and Houston Wright, with all 4 runs coming across with 2 outs in the inning as the score moved to 13-5. The hitters brought in an additional 3 runs in the top of the 8th to make it a 5-run game, with Andrew Ott picking up yet another RBI and Alberto Osuna Sanchez scoring 2 runs on a double to no man's land in right. However, the hitters would score no more in the contest as the Clams came away the victors 13-8. Edenton starter Josiah Seitler earned the win after 5 innings in which he gave up just 1 unearned run on 4 hits, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. Hitters starter Philip Forbes tallied the loss after surrendering 5 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts in just 2 2/3 innings. Edenton out hit Old Dominion 13-8, but also finished with 4 errors in the contest. Jared Kaufman, Alan Alonzo, and Aaron Copeland all finished with 3 hits, with Alonzo adding 4 RBIs to his season total as he now has 27 in 2020. We hand our microphone duties over to Tommy Bass as we get set for tonight's nation's anthem.
Read the latest daily events or visit dailyevents.com. Right now we ask if you would please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Brandy Goodwin is going to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch will so
finally ready for baseball here in Edenton after a 55-minute rain delay. That's, in fact, going to push us an entire hour back, as it looks as though our first pitch will come after 8 o'clock. Tonight's starter for your Edenton Steamers, number 27, out of Lenore-Ryan University, Alex Shirazi. Shirazi with 4 starts in the summer of 2020, 18 full innings, with a win-loss record of 2-1, 14 earned runs to his credit, 15 total on 16 hits, 8 walks, 21 strikeouts, and 4 hit batters on the bump. The 6'2", 210-pound righty made his last appearance against Old Dominion on the 17th. He picked up the win after 5 innings, allowing 8 earned runs to cross on 5 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. In 2020, for the Bears at Lenore-Ryan, he pitched in 4 games, accumulated 33 2/3 innings pitched with a win-loss record of 3-1. Allowed 32 hits, 13 walks, but struck out 31 batters and earned himself an ERA of 4.28. Once again, it is Albemarle Area United Way night here at Historic Hicks Field. The Edenton Steamers donned in their specially themed patriotic uniforms, which can be won in our silent auction tonight. They also come out in their white pants with black trim, and each one of these Steamers wearing white or black cleats, while the Greenbrier Knights come in their road grays with dark blue numbering and light blue trim, gray pants with black trim down the side. Throw down from Case Kermode as we are all set for baseball here in Edenton. Zach Will, the leadoff man tonight for the visiting Knights. Will 0 for 4 against Edenton, back on the 21st. First pitch to Will from Shirazi to open up tonight's contest is taken. High and away for ball 1. Umpires tonight behind the plate, Craig Spate. In the field, Randy Mathias and Eric Byram. First pitch at 8:01 tonight. Second pitch from Shirazi, another fastball high and away, taken for ball 2. The lineup for the Greenbrier Knights tonight: Zach Will, the second baseman, leading off. Luke Uff, the DH, batting second. Shane McCarthy in center field, batting third. Zach Jarnowski behind the plate, cleaning up, as the 2-1 is swung on by Will and foul tipped back into the mitt of Case Kermode behind the plate for the first strike thrown from Shirazi tonight. Bo Gonzalez in the 5-hole, starting out in left field. Ricky Sisto, the shortstop, batting 6th. Jacob Jackson batting 7th at third base. Norm Holcomb batting 8th out of right field, as Zach Will evens up the count on a swinging strike 2. And Christian Carter, the first baseman, batting 9th. 2-2 the count to Zach Will, the leadoff hitter tonight. The 2-2 from Shirazi, high, a bit inside as well, but that one way above the zone, as Shirazi fills up the count to the first batter he faces tonight. The 3-2 from Shirazi. Breaking pitch that catches the inside half of the zone for strike 3 called. Zach Will book it as a KL to lead off tonight's contest. Nice job from Shirazi after falling in the hole, 2 balls and no strikes, to come back and strike out Will on a full count. Shirazi now with 22 Ks in this summer. Up now Luke Uff. Uff, an all-star this season in the TSL. Out of Tompkins Cortland Community College. First pitch strike, second pitch above the zone for ball 1. The 1-1 to Uff, swung on a miss, strike 2. Just to address a couple questions in our chat. Unfortunately, the bid is only in person. You could put a bid in through the chat here, as Luke Uff goes down swinging as the second strikeout in tonight's contest. 2 outs for Greenbrier here in the top of the first. Our general manager, Tyler Russell, confirming that the bids must be made in person. Shane McCarthy, the center fielder out of Florida Southern College, in his junior year, heading into his senior year. Fouls off the first pitch, down 0-1. McCarthy swings on the 0-1 and pops it up to left field. Houston Wright backtracking just a bit to make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. No runs for Greenbrier as we head to the bottom of the first. Still knotted up at 0-0. No hits in the inning either. No runners left on as they go down 1-2-3. Shirazi picks up 2 Ks in the top of the first. When we come back, the Steamers look to strike first in the home half of the opening frame. Brody Rubenstein, Shane Easter, and Houston Wright highlight the top of the order when we come back. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Special guest tonight. Sam had to introduce us to a special guest tonight. It is first responders night here at the ballpark.
Well, Matt finds that, he goes, can I just put a bid in for YouTube? I'm not going to go run down there and do it. I can't do that private. I can always DM it. What do you want me to tell them?
Center fielder from Martin, number 10, Brody Rubenstein.
Brody Rubenstein leading off here in the bottom of the first against Wes Bonney, the man on the mound and starter for Greenbrier in tonight's contest. The 0-1 lined right back to Bonney on the mound. It hits him. Some chaos there. My apologies on the delayed call. The line drive hit Bonney on the mound. He flipped it over to Carter at first, who held onto it long enough for Rubenstein to go out or go down as the first out in the inning. He did drop the ball, though, which caused a bit of confusion, but the umpire, Eric Byram, signaling that he held onto it long enough to complete the out. Shane Easter digging in for his first plate appearance tonight after getting most of yesterday off. Did come in as a defensive substitution in the top of the ninth against Old Dominion. Back-to-back balls from Bonney to start the count. Easter swinging. Slow roller down the third base line. Bonney scrambling off the mound. Fields it with the bare hand and makes the throw down to Carter at first in time for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for the Steamers here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Houston Wright, who comes into today having eclipsed the 100 plate appearance mark, 102 to be exact, coming into today's contest. Wright still leading the TSL in quality at-bats with 52. On base plus slugging at 1.37, home runs with 13, RBIs with 37, and slugging percentage with .889, along with plate appearances with 102. 1-0 to Wright, swung on and fouled opposite field and out of play down the left field line. The 1-1 to Wright. Runs a little low and inside. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 away in the inning. Wright just 3 home runs away from tying the all-time Steamers record for home runs in a season. 3-1 the count to right. Grounded hard in between first and second, and that one's going to get through into right for the first hit of tonight's contest. Houston Wright starts 1 for 1 tonight as he slips, making the turn at first, but reaches back to first base safely, and that brings up Alan Alonso. Now, while Houston Wright comes into today's contest leading the TSL in most categories, Alan Alonso is right behind him in most of them. Alonso second in the TSL in quality at-bats with 50. Second in OPS at 1.33. Third in batting average in the league with a 391 average. Second in home runs with 8. Second in slugging percentage at .78 or .797 really. And second in RBIs with 27 as he's in an even count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Wes Bonney on the mound. Bonney a throw over to first. Wright slides back head first in time. Third pitch to Alonso, taken low, below the zone. Count moves to 2-1. 6 games for Bonney on the mound, 10 in the third innings pitched. As the 2-1 catches the outside part of the zone for strike 2, with 2 away and Houston Wright standing on first base. 6 earned runs allowed from Bonney as the 2-2's taken low below the zone to fill up the count with 2 away. 11 hits for opposing hitters against Bonney as he's given up 5 walks, picked up 5 strikeouts, and hit 4 batters. Alonso swinging on the 3-2, that one bouncing back up the middle. Wright running on a hit and run, round second and will pull into third base safely. The throw sails over the third baseman Jacob Jackson's head, but rattles off the brick wall of the Edenton Steamers dugout, back into play a little too quickly for Houston Wright to head home. But Alan Alonso does move up to second on the poor throw. That puts 2 runners in scoring position for the Steamers and brings up Josiah Seitler, who started yesterday's contest and picked up his second victory on the mound of 2020. First pitch to Seitler with 2 runners in scoring position, taken inside for ball 1. Seitler with a 339 average coming into today. Ranks 4th on this Steamers lineup in that category. 11 singles, 4 doubles, and 4 homers for Seitler thus far. The 2-0 in the dirt. Zach Jarnowski behind the plate, keeping it at least underneath him to hold all the runners at second and third. 3-0 the count to Josiah Seitler. The 3-0, way above the zone, ball 4, and that's going to fill up the bases for the Steamers with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. We'll take you around the defense now for the Greenbrier Knights. Wes Bonney out of King University on the mound. Zach Jarnowski, the freshman at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, behind the plate. Christian Carter out of the California University of Pennsylvania at first. Zach Will, the freshman out of Bryan and Stratton College, at second. Ricky Sisto, the redshirt senior, heading to St. Andrews University at short, as Aaron Copeland pops up the first pitch into right. Norman Holcomb making his way in to make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. 2 hits for the Steamers in the inning. They leave the bases loaded as no runs come across. We head to the top of the second. Still tied up at 0-0. No errors from the Greenbrier defense as well. When we come back, Zach Jarnowski leads off in the cleanup spot. Bo Gonzalez waits on deck with Ricky Sisto due up third in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
All right. Yes. Oh, is that Captain America? Oh, got some power to it. Ew. Very nice. And wow, awesome shots. He came out with, oh yeah, he's got a little.
It was brought to you by the Truman County Regional Fair. The fair is coming September 29th through October 3rd. We hope. The bidding on the jerseys will end in the top of the eighth.
Please join your Edenton Steamers as they look to strike out ALS on Thursday, July 30th. The Steamers players will be wearing specially themed jerseys sponsored by Dr. Frank Taylor and Northampton Family Practice. The jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will be donated to the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. If you are looking for a one and a kind Steamers jersey and Steamers uniform, be sure to be at Historic Hicks Field on Thursday night to support a great cause. 0-0 our score here in the top of the second. Alex Shirazi back on the mound after picking up a pair of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning in his first inning of work. Zach Jarnowski takes the first pitch of the inning for strike one. Jarnowski, the starting catcher for the Knights tonight. The 0-1 to Jarnowski. In there for strike two. Jarnowski, 12 games played, 33 plate appearances, but an average of 130. Went 1 for 2 against the Steamers on the 21st. 0-2, swung on and missed. Shirazi got Jarnowski to bite at a fastball above the zone. As Shirazi picks up his third strikeout tonight, now up to 24 Ks in 2020, and Bo Gonzalez digs in for the first time tonight. Gonzalez, a two-way player for the Greenbrier Knights. Comes in with an average still below 200 at 189. First pitch to him, taken low and away for strike one. Some beautiful skies over center field. And I have to tell you, North Carolina has produced some of the prettiest skies I've ever seen, especially on days like today when the weather is caught between hard thunderstorms and bright sunshine. Gonzalez behind in the count, 0-2. Back-to-back strikes from Shirazi, looking for the second out of the inning. Gets Gonzalez to chase at a fastball high and away for strike three.
We got 13 jerseys on there, 13 jerseys.
4 strikeouts tonight for Alex Shirazi.
Good on those jerseys. Shortstop from St. Andrews, number 6, Ricky Sisto.
And that brings up Ricky Sisto, the redshirt senior headed to St. Andrews College. Sisto out of Syracuse, New York. First pitch to him from Shirazi, taken just a bit outside. Ball one. That was a very similar pitch to ones called strikes against Jarnowski and Gonzalez to lead off the inning. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Evens up the count at 1-1. Sisto with a tough time out against Edenton back on the 21st. 0 for 4, but just one strikeout. He's looking to bring that average back over 200 as he comes into tonight with a 194 average. The 1-1, high and tight. The 12-2 loss that the Knights suffered here at Historic Hicks earlier this week was the last TSL contest this team played. The Knights, the Drillers too, both victims of some serious rainouts. The umpire, Craig Spate, taking a walk back towards the Steamers dugout, must have gotten clipped on that foul ball. Head coach Marshall McDonald heading out to check on the umpire. Eric Byram coming in from first to make sure he's all right. Our head athletic trainer, Courtney Phelps, checking on our home plate umpire. Must have just been shocked. I'm honestly not sure where that one hit him. It looks like it got him in the arm as he points to a spot on his forearm to Eric Byram. Both teams taking a moment to talk things over during this break in the action. And our street right now, there's this great pink hue over our camera. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. This pink and blue light shining down from the sky, just Absolutely gorgeous. 2-2 the count to Ricky Sisto. The pitch on the way from Alex Shirazi gets him on a changeup inside. 3 strikeouts for Alex Shirazi in the inning. Now 5 in tonight's game. 3 up, 3 down go the Knights here in the road half of the second. No hits, no runners left on, no runs come across. Steamers looking to pick up the first run of tonight's contest in the home half of the second. Casey Hare, Jackson Hipp, Case Kermode due up in the inning in the bottom of the order. When we come back, my name's Patrick Foster once again. 0-0 our score here at Historic Hicks Field. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
It just seems to be a way more like
Testing his boat knowledge.
Oh, let's see. I have to say the helm.
Try one more time.
The keel.
The keel is correct. They're called the keel club.
Hey man, don't forget, College at Albemarle is also in the concourse area with some goodies. Get on those jerseys. We got 13 jerseys over there that don't have a bid on them. There's some lonely jerseys. Go get them. Concession stands going strong. Get you a good burger, a chicken sandwich, or get you a bruised dog bratwurst.
Casey Hare back in the lineup tonight after quite a few games off. Comes in with the 5th highest average on this Steamers lineup, .333 with 3 doubles on the season and 2 homers. 10 RBIs to his credit as well. The starter tonight, Wes Bonney, in for his 2nd inning of work. In each of his last now 4 contests, he's appeared on the mound, dating all the way back to a competition against Tidewater on the 17th, in which he both made a start in the field and made 5 plate appearances and threw for just 1 inning. Hare evens up the count at 1-1 after taking the first pitch for a strike. Second pitch low below the zone for ball 1. The 1-1 to Hare. Runs low and in. Count moves to 2-1. Bonney then appeared as a position player and threw on the mound against Old Dominion on the 18th for an inning and a third, while making 4 plate appearances. Hare swings on the 2-1, and that one's going to fall in right field and roll all the way up towards the wall. Hare making the turn at first, but he'll wisely head back as he picks up the 3rd hit for the Steamers tonight and puts a runner on here in the bottom of the second early. And that brings us to Jackson Hipp, the starting right fielder tonight, getting his 2nd consecutive start for the Steamers, bringing that average up just a bit yesterday from 160, now at 172. After a 1-for-4 day against Old Dominion in the 13-8 victory. 1 single to his line yesterday. Also scored as a run. Drew a walk, but struck out twice, as he now has 11 Ks in 2020. First pitch to Hipp in the AB, low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Bonney also made an appearance as a position player, starting in the outfield back against the Steamers on the 21st, as Hipp sends a slow-moving ground ball to Will at second, flips it over to Sisto, covering the bag at second for 1. The throw back over to Carter at first is not in time. Hipp reaches safely as the Knights infield unable to turn 2. So 1 out in the inning for the Steamers, and that brings up Case Kermode.
The catcher from Mount Olive, number 17, Case Kermode.
Kermode, 30 plate appearances this summer. First pitch to Kermode. Slow-moving slider from Bonney on the mound, taken for strike 1, middle away. Kermode made his last start against Old Dominion on the 22nd. In fact, did not start the game. My apologies. Correction, he actually came in after the first inning. Was supposed to make the start that game. Was feeling a bit of discomfort prior to first pitch. So head coach Marshall McDonald took him out of the lineup as he takes the second pitch for strike 2, now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Looking to bring that average above 182, but he goes down swinging in just 3 pitches in his opening plate appearance for the second out of the inning for the Steamers. Jackson Hipp still standing on first. And we're back at the top of the order. Brody Rubenstein digging in. Rubenstein for most of this year held a batting average above 300. But coming into today's contest, 283. After an 0 for 2 day yesterday and 5 plate appearances, he did draw 3 walks. Hip on the move down to second. The throw was in time, but it slipped under the glove of Sisto. Luckily, Will backing up keeps that ball from rolling into center field. Hip standing up at second base safely. He picks up the stolen base. His second in 2 days. The 1-0 to Rubenstein. Swung on and missed as he's short on the swing. Evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1. Taken high and away. Rubenstein now ahead in the count, 2-1 with a runner in scoring position. Rubenstein with 14 RBIs this summer, looking to make it 15 with a base hit. 2-1 taken low below the zone. Three 3-1 the count. Jackson Hip with a significant lead off of second. Bonnie with the 3-1. Rubenstein grounds that one towards the Knights dugout down the first base line. Count full at 3-2. Full count pitch taken high and away for ball 4. Rubenstein now 14 walks in 2020. And that brings up, in fact, the Steamers' leader in bases on balls, Shane Easter. Easter comes in with 18 walks to his credit. Easter also with 13 RBIs this summer. Looking to add to that total with Hip still standing on second following the walk to Brody Rubenstein with 2 outs. The 1-0 to Easter. Slider that breaks too far out of the zone. Easter ahead in the count 2-0. Easter tied for third with Jared Kaufman, each with 44 quality at-bats. Easter watches the first strike come all the way in. Count moves to 2-1. Easter fouls off the 3-1 to fill up the count with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Bonnie steps off the mound. Had Hip caught in between second and third, but no one covering the bag at second, so Hip able to make his way back safely. Still a full count to Shane Easter, the 3-2. Popped up in the air over the infield. Will taking just a few steps into the outfield grass and right to make the catch and put an end to this bottom of the second. 1 hit for the Steamers in the inning. 2 runners left on. No runs come across, however, as we head to the top of the third. Still scoreless here at Historic Hicks. When we come back, Greenbrier looks to add the first run to tonight's contest.
From the Three Musketeers.
Bottom of the order due up for Greenbrier. Jacob Jackson, Norm Holcomb, and Christian Carter highlighting the bottom of the order. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Oh, there you go. Very good.
Once again, thank you to the fine folks from the Alamo area United Way. We got some jerseys over here that need some bids on them. We'll be going to the top of the 8th dinner.
I hope you have dinner in my jersey. Please.
The Steamers pick up one hit to add to their total in the bottom of the second, but bring no runners across after leaving 2 on. 0-0 still our score as we begin the top of the third. Jacob Jackson leads off for Greenbrier, trying to crack the scoreboard. Alex Shirazi back on the mound for his third inning of work. Shirazi, 3 straight swinging strikeouts in the second inning as Jackson fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 the count. 5 strikeouts for Shirazi through 2 innings. Jackson swinging on the 0-1. A diving Shane Easter can't wrangle in that ground ball as it makes its way into center for the first hit for Greenbrier tonight. And now Norm Holcomb, the right fielder, out of the University of Mary Washington, making his first appearance at the dish with a runner on and none away here in the top of the third. Greenbrier looking to put the first run of the game on the scoreboard. 0-0 here in the top of the third. First pitch to Holcomb. Breaking pitch from Shirazi. Catches the upper part of the zone. And right on that inside half of the zone as well. 0-1 the count. Second pitch swung on and fouled off, so Holcomb quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Holcomb 0 for 2 against the Steamers on the 21st, and the 12-2 win for Edenton here at Historic Hicks. Holcomb goes down as the 6th strikeout victim for Alex Shirazi, and the first out recorded in the top of the third. Jacob Jackson still standing safely over at first, but Christian Carter in the 9-hole, trying to change that. First pitch to Carter from Shirazi. Looked like a fastball, far outside. 1-0 the count. Carter, 14 games played this summer. A low average at the plate, however, 167 for Carter as he reaches out of the zone. Shirazi hammering that middle away part of the plate. Carter able to lay off the first time, but the second one, Shirazi gets Carter to bite. Even count at 1-1. Jackson with the lead off of first. The 1-1 from Shirazi. Breaking pitch grounded hard to Copeland at third. He knocks it down on the diving stop. Casey Hare picks it up off the ricochet, makes the throw over to Alan Alonso, who's now, or what has made the start over at first. We did have a defensive substitution. Jackson Hipp out of tonight's contest. Adam Fine now over and right. Back at the top of the order, Zach Will comes up. Will struck out looking in his first plate appearance, behind 0-1 after the swinging strike for strike 1. 2 runners on now, following the infield single from Christian Carter to start his day 1 for 1. Shirazi steps off. One out in the inning. Shirazi checking on Jackson at second, the 0-1. Fastball low and in. Evens up the count at 1-1. Will also with the average he's trying to bring up at 154. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Will at an even 20 strikeouts this season after the first strikeout looking in the first. Just 6 singles for Will at the dish this year. Single likely opens, brings the first run of tonight's contest across, with Jackson having a healthy lead off of second. But Will goes down swinging for the 21st time this season. And second out here in the top of the third. Now Luke Uff, the designated hitter, digging back into the right-handed hitter's box. Just one RBI for Uff this summer. Seven strikeouts for Shirazi through 2 2/3. 2 runners on, 2 away. First pitch to Uff. Nice breaking pitch from Shirazi. Had Uff tied up on the left side of the plate. 0-1 the count. Uff picks up his second strike against Shirazi on the swing and miss. Shirazi blows the fastball past him. The 0-2 fouled off. Uff stays alive at the plate. Uff 9 strikeouts, 30 plate appearances. Make it 31 after his first tonight. Shirazi checking on Jackson at second, the 0-2. Breaking pitch that got away from Shirazi, but just the first ball of the AB, 1-2 the count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Jackson standing on second. After picking up the first hit for Greenbrier tonight to lead off the inning, Carter over at first as he reached on an infield single. 1-2 the count to Uff at the plate. Shirazi kicks and deals. The 1-2 called strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Shirazi tonight. 2 hits though in the inning for Greenbrier. They leave 2 runners on bases. We're still scoreless here at Historic Hicks. We head to the bottom of the third. Houston Wright leads off in the 3-hole. Alan Alonso and Josiah Seitler also due up in the inning as the Steamers look to finally bring across the first run of tonight's ball game. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Hi, Steamers fans. This is Bill Benjamin from Magic 95.9 Radio. Well, we had to reschedule our Magic Night, and it's going to be happening this coming Tuesday night. And one lucky person will get an opportunity to possibly win $25,000 in cash. So we hope that you will come out to Historic Hicks Field this coming Tuesday night. Box office will open at 6. First pitch is at 7:05. And good luck. And thank you for supporting your Edenton Steamers. Put on those jerseys. We need to raise some money tonight. Let's get some deals over there. The University of Tennessee Martin, number 22, Houston Wright.
Houston Wright leads off for the Steamers as they try to bring the first run of tonight's contest across. 0-0 our score here in the bottom of the third. Wright earned the first hit of the Steamers' night with a single into right field. 1-1 the count following the foul off down the first base line. Wes Bonney
As we have 10
calling
jerseys.
Zach Jarnowski out from behind the plate to talk things over.
So you guys get over there and get on those jerseys.
Bonney with ball 2 after the discussion with Jarnowski. Moving quickly after the 2-1. Swung on and driven into center. For Wright's second single tonight, 2 for 2 in 2 plate appearances.
First baseman for the University of Maryland, number 8, Alan Alonso.
And that brings up Alan Alonso, who ranks second in the TSL in RBIs and home runs with 27 ribbies, 8 homers. Also third in batting average with 391. Swings at the first pitch, ground routinely to Will at second. The flip over to Sisto covering the bag at second in time. The slide from Wright is short, but the ground ball from Alonso too slow for Sisto to even think about making the throw over to first. So just 1 out in the inning. Now Josiah Seitler, who worked a walk in his first AB, looking to get going at the plate after the start yesterday. Swings at the first pitch from Bonney, fouls it off. Bonney in just his 7th appearance on the mound and first start this season. Doing well against this intimidating lineup the Steamers boast. 1-1 gets past Jarnowski behind the plate, or 0-1 for that matter, to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Alonso takes second on the pass ball. So that puts a runner in scoring position for Seitler. The throw back to second is in time. Wes Bonney with a pickoff move. Successful. Alonso goes down as the second out of the inning. Marshall McDonald talking things over with Eric Byram. It definitely looked like a late tag. But now no runners on the base paths for the Edenton Steamers. Two on the count to Seitler. Following the pickoff against Alan Alonso, Josiah Seitler pops up the 2-1 to center. And it's caught by Shane McCarthy in routine positioning for the 3rd and final out of the inning. No hits, 1 hit for the Steamers in the inning. No runners left on, no runs come across. They lead Greenbrier in the hits category 4-2 heading in to the top of the 4th frame when we come back. Still scoreless here at Historic Hicks. Shane McCarthy leads off. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Zach Jarnowski and Bo Gonzalez also set up to this in the inning. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
First responders night, thank you, Sparky, for being here. Also, get on those jerseys. Got the beach balls. If you got one of these balls standing on the field, make a little bit of noise.
Vidant Health is your hometown healthcare provider. With 8 community hospitals across eastern North Carolina, Vidant is happy to serve you for any of your healthcare needs. Vidant also offers numerous wellness center facilities which allow for exercise rehabilitation activities. Be sure to visit your local Vidant centers in Edenton or Windsor and hit a home run with your healthcare provider today. Back at Historic Hicks for the 4th inning of tonight's contest. Alex Shirazi, just 2 hits on his line tonight as the starter for the hometown Clams. No runs allowed. Shane McCarthy leading off, looking to break open the scoring for both sides. So we're still knotted up at 0-0. First pitch from Shirazi, a fastball low. 1-0 the count to McCarthy. McCarthy, another two-way player for this Greenbrier Knights roster. Swinging at the second pitch, evens up the count at 1-1.
Time for a foul ball. We look for Greenbrier and defend the call business.
McCarthy, a .211 average coming into today. 0 for 1 with a fly out to left as he calls time at the plate with a 1-1 count. McCarthy made a start on the mound against the Steamers this year, all the way back on the 11th. It was his second appearance on the mound as he fouls off the 1-1. Case Kermode holding on to it behind the plate, but just the second strike recorded against McCarthy, 1-2 the count. 8 strikeouts already for Alex Shirazi in 3 full innings. The 1-2 to McCarthy. Fouled off down the third base line. Oh for 4 was McCarthy against Edenton on the 21st. Swings out of the zone on the 1-2. That one bounces off the glove of Case Kermode and rolls all the way to the Steamers dugout. McCarthy trying to stretch it into 2. The throw down from Kermode from the dugout is in time as Casey Hare applies the tag. McCarthy getting a bit greedy there on the drop third strike. And that is the first out of the top of the 4th. Not sure why you'd send McCarthy with neither team having scored yet tonight. First base coach from Greenbrier coming over to talk things over with Craig Spade. I guess they believed that the ball had rolled into the dugout of the Edenton Steamers, which would have given McCarthy second base. But in fact, it didn't roll into the dugout. Fell just shy of the on-deck circle for Case Kermode to pick it up and make the throw down in time. Zach Jarnowski, the catcher, back up at the plate, struck out swinging as the first out. In the top of the second, all 3 batters went down on strikes in the inning as Shirazi making Jarnowski look silly on that left side of the plate, way out ahead of a slow-moving slider. Behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Shirazi. Curveball way above the zone. First ball thrown in the AB from Shirazi. Perhaps a waste pitch, not using that curveball too much tonight. Through his first 3 innings. Fastball. Nice job by Shirazi as he gets Jarnowski down on swings. Or swinging strikes, I should say, for the second time tonight. And that brings up Bo Gonzalez, who also struck out in that top of the second. Now 2 outs in the inning for Greenbrier. Still knotted up at 0-0 here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Gonzalez from Shirazi. Grounded in between first and second. Alonso making the way over from first base. Flips it over to Shirazi covering the bag. He steps on it, but he drops the ball. Couldn't hold on to it long enough to record the out. That'll be an error for the Steamers, their first tonight. And it'll bring up Ricky Sisto, who struck out swinging in his first appearance. Shirazi going to need 4 outs here, but to no one's fault but his own, as the first pitch of the at-bat freezes Ricky Sisto at the plate. Curveball that winds up middle in to force the count to 0-1. One fouled off the inside part of the bat, up and onto the roof of the grandstand. 2 outs, 0-2 count to Sisto, the starting shortstop tonight, making his second start at shortstop against the Steamers. Typically makes the start over at third base with Trent Hanchey starting at short, but Hanchey not in attendance tonight for Greenbrier. Gonzalez waits on first, the 0-2 to Sisto. Curveball that drops way below the zone. 1-2 the count. Sisto heading to his 4th school in 5 years. Played at SUNY Cortland last year, Miami of Ohio, before that, and Monroe College. As the 1-2 gets past Case Kermode, Gonzalez moves up to second on the pitch. And the count evens up at 2-2 to Sisto. Two outs, runner in scoring position, just the second of the night for Greenbrier. Sisto calls time at the plate. Shirazi looking for the 3rd and final out of the top of the 4th, the 2-2. Swung on, fouled off. Right in front of the Steamers dugout down the third base line. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sisto just 7 singles this year, but was a contestant in the 2020 TSL Home Run Derby. Was eliminated in the first round after hitting just 4 home runs. The 2-2. Slider watched all the way in for the 3rd and final strike. Shirazi now 10 strikeouts. No hits in the inning for Greenbrier. The Knights leave a runner on second. Edenton picks up an error in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th, still scoreless. When we come back, the Steamers look to put the first run on the board. Aaron Copeland leads off with Casey Hare waiting on deck, and Adam Fine due up 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Oh, wow. Zach's just like, where's Waldo?
Sam Shasta in that New Jersey. Look at that New Jersey.
Oh, and Sparky. Oh, he slid.
No, I'm good.
Oh, see. Very good race.
Sparky is here representing our first responders tonight. We're glad to have you here, Sparky. Pitching now from Road Dominion, number 23, Vincent Gashara. Goes to the top of the 8th inning. We need your money. Get over there. Got 8 jerseys. 8 doesn't have a bid on it. Get over there and let's get on those jerseys.
New pitcher on the mound for the Greenbrier Knights. Wes Bonney's night comes to an end after 3 innings of work. No runs allowed on 4 hits given up to the Steamers. Aaron Copeland leads off for the Steamers in the bottom of the 4th. as they look to be the first to crack the scoreboard. Still 0-0. Copeland swings and misses on the first pitch, behind in the count 0-1. Bashara, 6 games played this season, just 1 start. 11 total innings collected, 12 earned runs given up, 14 runs total as Copeland swings at the second pitch to fall behind in the count 0-2. Bashara with 15 hit batters as well, 11 walks and 11 Ks. Correction, 15 hits against Bashara, not 15 hit batters, 2 hit batters for Bashara. Copeland fouls off the 0-2 count. Sits right where it is. Copeland awaits the 0-2, takes it high and tight for ball 1. One, 2 the count to Copeland, who's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right. The 1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Copeland down on strikes. Copeland with 16 strikeouts now in the summer. And that brings up Casey Hare. Hare's last appearance came against Old Dominion on the 17th. He went 2 for 4 in the contest. 1 for 1 tonight with a single to right. Was thrown out in the midst of a fielder's choice. Takes the first pitch above the zone for ball 1. Hare's last contest against the Knights came on the 11th of July. Went 1 for 5 in the game with 5 plate appearances with just a single. Brought a runner across for just 1 RBI and did strike out 3 times. He's ahead in the count against Bashara, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Taken away. 3 straight balls from Bashara following the leadoff K to Aaron Copeland. Hare awaits the 3-0. Takes it inside for ball 4. The Steamers take a base on balls for just the 2nd time tonight. 3rd time tonight, in fact.
From St. Joseph's, number 6, Adam Fine.
And that brings in Adam Fine, who came in as a defensive substitution in the 3rd for Jackson Hipp. Hipp's day came to an end, 0 for 1. As he grounded into a fielder's choice, Fine making his first plate appearance. Fine, an average of .238. Went 1 for 5 against Old Dominion and picked up the hat trick with 3 strikeouts. 0-1 to Fine. Swung on and just fouled off the end of the bat. 0-2 now the count to the right fielder tonight. Pickoff move from Bashara back to first, but Hare sliding in safely. Hare standing on first following the walk. With just 1 out in the inning. Hare the sole base runner for the Steamers. Here in the bottom of the 4th, still 0-0 our score. 0-2 popped up in foul territory. Jarnovsky giving chase, Will giving chase. Carter over at first looking up, but that ball landing over by East Freemason Street out of play. The 0-2. Breaking ball taken all the way from Fine. As he goes down on strikes. 18th strikeout of the year for Fine. Two outs in the inning for the Steamers. Following the Adam Fine strikeout looking. Case Kermode back up at the plate for the 2nd time tonight. Kermode went down as The first strikeout for the Steamers tonight. 0 for 1 is Kermode. The 0-1 following the swinging strike on the first pitch, taken low and away for ball one, count even at 1-1. One taken all the way from Kermode. That pitch catching him off guard as it's a slow-moving slider across the zone. 1-2 the count now with 2 away and Hare still standing on first. Bashara looking for the third and final out. The 1-2. Slider swung on. Bounce to Will at second. Plays it on a hop. Makes the throw over to Carter in first. In time to retire the side. No hits for the Steamers in the inning. They leave 1 runner on base. No runs come across. No errors in the inning for the visiting Knights. When we come back, the Knights look to crack the scoreboard as we're still knotted up at 0-0 heading into the 5th frame. Jacob Jackson leads off with Norm Holcomb waiting on deck and Christian Carter at the bottom of the order due up third in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
On the jerseys, I think we still got a handful that we need to build on.
It was 1989, my father thought my hair was long. Caught somewhere between airport and land.
We'll be going to the top of the 8th on the beginning.
Alex Shirazi, the Lenore Rhine Bear, getting set for his 5th inning of work. No runs allowed thus far from Shirazi, just 2 hits given up. One of them to the man leading off in the inning, Jacob Jackson, who singled to center, but was left stranded on second base in the 3rd. Shirazi kicks and deals the first pitch of the inning. Fastball taken, called strike 1. Ten strikeouts tonight for Shirazi through 4 innings. The 0-1 to Jackson. Just a bit outside. If that one was about 6 inches. Not even. Closer to the zone, it would have just bit that upper outside corner. The 1-1. Nasty breaking pitch, but it falls just a bit too low below the zone. Jackson holding off. Shirazi behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Time called at the plate by Jackson. The 2-1, swung on, grounded down the third base line, but foul. As it evens up the count at 2-2. Jackson with a solid average coming into today. 303. As it's certainly gone up after the leadoffs or first AB single. The 2-2. Just below the zone. Shirazi fills up the count with none on and none out. 10 singles for Jackson in 2020. No extra base hits to his credit. 8 RBIs. He's also struck out just 4 times. 3-2. Taken for ball 4. 5th walk of the year for Jackson. And for Shirazi, that's just the first base on balls that he's allowed tonight. Shirazi up to 9 walks on the season. Norm Holcomb back up. Struck out looking in just 3 pitches in the 3rd inning in his first plate appearance. Lays down, tries to lay down a bunt, pops it straight up. And back on top of the roof of the grandstand as that one rolls back down in front of the net. No balls, 1 strike to Norm Holcomb with Jacob Jackson leading off of first. Hard ground ball to Copeland at third. Throws it over to second for 1. Hare making the tag. The throw over to first to Alonso is in time as the Steamers turn 2. A rare 5-6-3 double play. Hare covering the back from short over at second. A bit unorthodox, but the Steamers make the unorthodox look routine, especially on that double play. Christian Carter, who singled to third in his first at-bat, up at the dish, falls behind 0-1 on the swinging strike with 2 outs and no runners on. The Knights go from having 1 runner on base and none out to no runners on and 2 away. And the 9-hole hitter Christian Carter down in the count 0-1, now 0-2 after watching a filthy curveball in from Alex Shirazi that catches the lower outside corner for strike 2. Shirazi looking for his 3rd strikeout tonight and 3rd and final out at the top of the 5th frame. The 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. 11 strikeouts for Shirazi. No hits, no runners left on, no runs come across, no errors for the Edenton Steamers defense in the inning. The Steamers still looking for the first run for either side in tonight's contest as we head to the bottom half of the 5th frame. And we go back to the top of the order with Brody Rubenstein leading off in the inning. Shane Easter waits on deck. Houston Wright due up 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
We still got a handful of jerseys that we do not have a deal on. We need some money tonight to help out the Alamo area United Way. Also buy those 3 Musketeer balls.
Brody Rubenstein leads off for the Steamers as both sides still scoreless through 4.5 innings. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Vincent Bashara back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Gave up just 1 hit. In fact, did not give up a hit. Gave up a base on balls to Casey Hare back in the 4th. Rubenstein 0 for 1 today. Drew a walk in the 2nd in his 2nd plate appearance. Swings on the 0-1 and grounds a routine ground ball to Will at 2nd. Makes the throw over to first in time. 1 gone for the Steamers. Shane Easter's turn. Easter 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. One out in the inning for the Steamers. First pitch to Easter, who came into today's contest with the third highest average for the Steamers at 355. Called strike one. The 0-1 to Easter. Another breaking pitch. This one falls just a bit too far outside the zone. Count evens up at 1-1. Steamers with 4 hits tonight. To Greenbrier's just 2. Steamers with an error tonight as well. No errors for Greenbrier. The 1-1 to Easter. Runs a bit too far inside, high above the zone as well. 2-1 the count. Easter, once again, 18 walks leads the Steamers in the category as he takes the 2-1 low and away for ball 3. 44 quality at-bats for Shane Easter. This is definitely up to 45 after the 6-pitch second plate appearance he made. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Easter fills up the count with 1 away and no runners on for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 5th. Full count pitch from Bashara. In the dirt, 19 walks for Shane Easter. And that time, a 6-pitch at-bat. His second of the night that he's drawn out to 6 pitches. Now Houston Wright back up. Wright 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Still yet to score as a runner or bring home a run, as we're still knotted up at 0-0. Wright leading the TSL in many categories, but 2 of them runs batted in and runs scored. 37 RBIs, 35 runs. First pitch taken for strike 1. The 0-1 to Wright. Swung and a missed. Behind in the count 0-2. Might have foul tipped that one back into the mid of Jarnovsky, but regardless, no balls and 2 strikes the count. The 0-2. Taken for a called strike 3. Houston Wright furious at the plate. Craig Spate no reaction. But Houston Wright as irate as I've ever seen him. Tough call for Houston Wright. So 2 gone in the inning for the Steamers following the strikeout, looking for Houston Wright. Ball in the dirt. Easter takes off from first. The throw down is not in time. Well, it was in time, but Shane Easter with an impressive swim move, sliding in head first to avoid the tag. Easter picks up a stolen base. That puts a runner in scoring position for the Steamers. The aggression of Easter and Marshall McDonald over at third paying off. As Alonso's ahead in the count at the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0, taken high above the zone. 2-0 the count. Cut on. Fouled on the third base line. Marshall McDonald kicking that one back into play. Two balls, 1 strike the count with 2 outs, and Shane Easter with a healthy lead off of second. The 2-1 swung on and fouled off back into the net behind home plate. 2-2 the count with 2 outs.
Hey, Thomas, we only got 3 jerseys we need bids on, so let's go put some money on those jerseys.
Alonso in an even count with Bashara, the 2-2. Swung on, grounded hard to short. Sisto fielding it in the dirt, makes the throw over to Carter. He has to reach for it, and it pulls him off the bag. Easter coming all the way around from third, and he scores as the first run in tonight's contest. Alonso now with 28 RBIs in the season. Shane Easter coming across as the first run in tonight's contest. And that brings up Josiah Seitler with 2 outs and Alonso standing on first. Steamers lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Easter scores as a runner for the 25th time. First time tonight as the Steamers are the first to draw blood, 1-0. Our score, Seitler takes the first pitch from Bashara for strike one. Alonso reaches on an error, the first error for Greenbrier tonight. Seitler pops up the 0-1, out of play, down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes to Seitler, the designated hitter out of the University of South Carolina. The 0-2. Protection swing there from Seitler. Or more of a self-defense swing, as that fastball ran up at the neck and inside. 0-2 still the count. Bashar with the 0-2. Taken inside, Alonso on his way down to second. The throw down is not in time. But it was a solid throw from Jarnowski, and the tag applied well from Sisto, but Alonso showing off the wheels on the base paths to put another runner in scoring position for the Steamers in the inning as they lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Seitler in a 1-2 count. Bashar with the pitch. Slapped the other way. Foul. Count remains where it is to Seitler. Seitler 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out to center. Drew a walk in his first plate appearance. The 1-2. Taken high and outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Two swung on a miss by Seitler. He goes down on strikes for the 18th time in 2020. Steamers bring the first run of the game across as they lead 1-0 heading into the 6th frame. They leave a runner stranded though. No hits in the inning for the Steamers. 1 error on part of the Greenbrier Knights. When we come back, the Knights look to tie things up or even take the lead in the road half of the 6th. Zach Will leads off at the top of the order with Luke Uff waiting on deck and Shane McCarthy due up 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
3 of the following items that you get in for free would be paper towels, toilet paper, toiletries, toothbrush or toothpaste, hard candy, pencil books, adult color books, and coloring pencils. So y'all come and see Santa Friday night. Tomorrow is going to be open door right here at the ballpark. If you bring your church bulletin, you get $2 off admission to the ball game.
It's all the way back to the
Regulator Marine is a locally owned and operated boat builder who crafts the best center console sport fishing boats in the business. Built in North Carolina and tested against the challenging conditions of the Outer Banks, Regulator boats are seriously tough sport fishers known for their exceptional fit and finish, as well as a dry, soft, and comfortable ride. Designed for ultimate fishability, incredible comfort, and serious performance at every turn, each boat in their line delivers maximum versatility as you pursue the offshore life. Alex Shirazi back on the mound for his 6th inning of action. Zach Will looking to avoid the hat trick here in the 6th. Down on strikes, 1 looking, 1 swinging in 2 plate appearances. Shirazi with 11 Ks through his first 5 innings of work. The 0-1 to Will, taken a bit low, mostly outside. Evens up the count at 1-1. Shirazi up to 32 strikeouts here in 2020. Just 2 Steamers to eclipse the 30 strikeout mark thus far, Shirazi and Josiah Seitler. As Will swings at the 1-1. Misses every stitch. Falls behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steamers bring 1 run across in the 5th on no hits. But a throwing error from Ricky Sisto. The first baseman Christian Carter allows Shane Easter to score on a ground ball from Alan Alonso with 2 away in the inning. Will tied up in the count, 2-2. Shirazi looking for the first out in the 5th. 2-2 taken low and very far inside. Fills up the count. Will in his second full count against Shirazi tonight. Struck out after drawing a full count in his first plate appearance. Will down swinging for the 12th strikeout for Shirazi. And the first out here in the top of the 6th. So an almost identical at-bat except to Will's first plate appearance, except this time he goes down swinging. Now Luke Uff, who also has a pair of strikeouts, one looking and one swinging. The K's facing each other in the scorebook. Went down swinging in the first and went down looking in the third. Also looking to avoid the hat trick tonight. Will picks up the first set of 3 Ks to his line for any Knights hitter tonight. Uff looking to avoid being the second, down in the count 0-1. 0-1 swung on and off the foot of Uff as he limps out of the batter's box. Craig Spate making sure he can continue the at-bat. Uff not going anywhere. To the count to Uff. 1 out in the inning following the leadoff strikeout from Zach Will. 1-0 the score here in the top of the 6th. Steamers lead. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks from Shirazi, now up to 13 tonight. Luke Uff, the second Knight to pick up his 3rd strikeout. 6 straight Ks from the first 2 batters of the lineup for the Greenbrier Knights. Those 2 make up over half, or under half now, of Shirazi's 13 strikeouts. Shane McCarthy, who has reached on a drop 3rd in the 2nd, but was thrown out, trying to extend it into 2 bases. Oh for 2 tonight. Skied in the air.
That's a foul for a foul ball. Location 4
McCarthy blocked in the count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to McCarthy. The pitch, breaking pitch, grounded hard down the first base line, but foul. Drifts foul right in front of the bag. Count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 away and no runners on base for the Knights as they trail 1-0. One ball, 2 strikes. Shirazi looking for the 3rd out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shirazi strikes out the side. Now up to 14 Ks through 6 innings of work. 1-0 our score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. No hits, no runners left on, no runs for the Greenbrier Knights in the inning. No errors on part of the Steamers defense. When we come back, the Steamers look to add to their 1-0 lead with Aaron Copeland leading off. Casey Hare due up 2nd and Adam Fine due up 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Thank you for your service and thank you for protecting the United States of America.
Yeah. Sorry, Tyler.
Hey fans, bid on those jerseys. We need some money to help out the Alabama area United Way.
One nothing our score as we settle into the home half of the 6th. Aaron Copeland leads off against Vincent Bashara, back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. No hits to Bashara's line, but 1 unearned run. That came off a throwing error from Ricky Sisto. Correction, Alex Shirazi, the starter for the Edenton Steamers tonight. In fact, up to 15 strikeouts when counting up the Ks in the scorebook. I missed a drop 3rd. So 15 strikeouts for Shirazi as Copeland turns on the first pitch of the AB and sends that one a mile over the teal monster and left. A big fly for Aaron Copeland, the first for any side tonight. But a solo shot that extends the Steamers' lead to 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And Copeland picks up his 4th home run of 2020 and moves to 1 for 3 today. And he absolutely tattooed that pitch, a no-doubt home run to give the Steamers a 2-0 lead and their 5th hit of tonight's contest. The first hit Bashara's led up out of the bullpen. Now Casey Hare at the dish. Hare with a single and a walk. First pitch to Hare, taken inside for strike 1. Copeland's girlfriend in attendance tonight. Man has to show out for the girl, I get it. A 1 to Hare in nearly the exact same spot, but this time called a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. Right-hander working in the Knights bullpen down in right. The 1-1. High and away to Hare. Nobody working in the bullpen for the Steamers, with Shirazi on a roll with 15 Ks and no runs allowed, just 2 hits to his line through 6 innings of action. The 2-1 to Hare. Breaking pitch inside at the hands. Called strike 2. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 to Hare. Swung on, and that one's roped into right field, and that one's going to get down and roll up all the way against the wall. Hare digging down the first base line. He's turning and heading to second. The throw comes in, hits the cutoff man Will on the shallow right field grass. He'll turn to second, but Hare already standing up at the bag with a double. So 2 hits for Casey Hare tonight and 2 official at-bats, a single and a double, in his first game back since July 17th. He also has a walk in the contest. Aaron Copeland with that home run would have completed the cycle yesterday as he picked up a single, a double, and a triple. So he just may be doing that for his own mental sake as he carries it over into today. Adam Fine back up the plate for his 2nd appearance tonight. Went down looking in his first plate appearance as he's 0 for 1. Swings and misses at the first pitch behind 0-1. Second pitch on its way, way outside. Fine taking wisely. Evens up the count. The 1-1. Not a very confident looking swing there from Fine on the 1-1 as he comes up empty, falls behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Taken high and tight. Fine having to bend his back out of the way as Bashara evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still no outs in the inning for the Steamers. 1 run's already come across on a solo home run on 1 pitch to Aaron Copeland, the leadoff man in the inning. Slapped to short from Fine. Sisto grabs it on the hop, makes the throw over to Carter at first for 1. Hare dancing in between 2nd and 3rd as that ground ball was hit right to him. Sisto just going to first for the 1 out. Hare advancing to 3rd on the throw. And with 1 out in the inning, Case Kermode with an RBI opportunity in his 3rd plate appearance. With just 1 out in the inning. And Hare standing on 3rd. Kermode 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to 2nd. First pitch from Bashara in the AB. Taken for strike 1, a slider that moved from about 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss from Kermode. Underneath another slider. Behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Kermode foul tips the 0-2 back into the glove of Jarnowski behind the plate for his second strikeout tonight. Now 2 outs in the inning for the Steamers, and we're back at the top of the order for our fourth trip through the lineup. Brody Rubenstein, who's 0 for 2 today with a walk, making his 4th plate appearance. First pitch to Rubenstein. Taken low and inside. 1-0 the count. Two outs in the inning for the Steamers. Hare still waiting on third. Rubenstein takes the second pitch from Bashara low below the zone for ball 2. The 2-0 to Rubenstein. Taken for strike 1. 2 outs in the inning still. The 2-1 to Rubenstein. Nice breaking pitch from Bashara that finds its way into the heart of the zone. Had Rubenstein frozen on the right side of the plate. 2-2 the count with 2 outs, and Hare still waiting on third. 2-0 is our score here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. Ripped down the first base line, but foul. Count will moved nowhere. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 once again from Bashara to Rubenstein. Breaking pitch, that one hit in the air down the right field line, but it drifts way foul as it lands on the netting above the walkway in front of our concession stand here at Historic Hicks. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Pitch on its way from Bashara once again. Taken low and outside for ball 3. Rubenstein confused, had me confused up here. I thought I'd done a really nice job keeping track of the count. And I did. Give me credit where credit is due, all right? I know I lose track of the count sometimes, but that time I didn't. Full count to Rubenstein with 2 outs and Hare still waiting on third. Bashara with a 3-2. Runs way far inside, but Rubenstein protecting with a full count. Bashara looking for the 3rd out. Full count pinch once again. Fouled off. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming up to Rubenstein. The 3-2. Fouled off yet again. This time a breaking pitch that takes an awkward bounce off the mask of Zach Jarnowski behind the plate. The 3-2 once again. Soft liner to Ricky Sisto at short for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Rubenstein now 0 for 3 today in 4 plate appearances. A pair of hits for the Steamers in the inning, including a solo home run from Aaron Copeland to bring the lone run of the inning across, as the Steamers now lead 2-0 heading into the 7th frame. No errors on part of the Greenbrier defense in the half inning. When we come back, Zach Jarnowski leads off with the heart of the order due up once again. Bo Gonzalez and Ricky Sisto up 2nd and 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. Once again, 2-0 our score as we head to the 7th. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Hey fans, welcome to the ballpark. Aaron Copeland has a family here tonight. Alex Arthur has family here tonight. And Tyler Myers has family here tonight. Welcome to Historic Hicks Field.
That's funny. Yeah, he was like, can I put $50 on it, or is that like that big? And I was like, well, that is the minimum. Is my bid still the hottest? 23. I need to know.
Catcher for the University of Maryland, Baltimore
Appreciate it.
County.
Thank you.
Number 13, Zach Jarnowski.
Zach Jarnowski leads off as Alex Shirazi back on the mound for his 7th inning of work. Shirazi setting the record for most strikeouts of any starting pitcher for the Steamers this season with 15. First pitch to Jarnowski, a changeup that runs high above the zone, 1-0. Jarnowski 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of swinging Ks. 2-0 our score here in the top of the 7th. The Steamers bring one across in the bottom of the 6th on a solo home run from Aaron Copeland. Jarnowski swings at the second pitch to even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 to Jarnowski, swung on a miss for the second strike. 1-2. Shirazi looking for his 16th K, the 1-2, high and tight. Count moves to 2-2. "15 strikeouts, just 1 walk for Shirazi through 6 innings, the 2-2. Low below the zone as Shirazi fills up the count. Tough break there for Shirazi on the mound. Full count pitch on the way from Shirazi. That one's roped into left, but hit a bit too hard as Houston Wright is in about perfect positioning to make the catch on the fly for the first out of the inning. 1 gone for Greenbrier as they still trail 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. We are an hour and 36 minutes into tonight's contest. Bo Gonzalez at the dish. 0 for 2 tonight, a reach on an error in the 4th and a strikeout in his first plate appearance. A slow-moving breaking ball from Shirazi on the first pitch. Doesn't break quite enough, though, as it puts Gonzalez ahead in the count, 1-0, with 1 out in the inning. The 1-0 to Gonzalez. Swung at and missed. Evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 to Gonzalez. Fastball, middle away, called strike 2. '90th pitch coming up for Shirazi, the 1-2. Bounce to second, Easter taking a couple steps over to his left to field the ground ball, makes the throw over to Alonso at first base. Second out of the inning recorded. And that brings up Ricky Sisto, who's also looking to avoid a hat trick tonight. 2 hat tricks to the Greenbrier lineup. Zach Will and Luke Uff both with 3 strikeouts. Jarnowski with 2, Sisto with 2. First pitch to Sisto. Changeup. In the zone for strike 1. Sisto awaits the 0-1 from Shirazi, the pitch. Low below the zone. Count even at 1-1. The 1-1 from Shirazi. Breaking pitch. Fouled off up and over the grandstand. Sisto behind in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shirazi looking to retire the side. The 1-2. Grounded. Copeland fields it in shortstop positioning from third. Tough throw, but played well by Alonso, covering the bag at first for the third and final out of the inning. Shirazi, through 7 innings of work, has still just allowed 2 hits to the Greenbrier Knights offense. No hits in the inning for Greenbrier. No runners left on, no runs come across as they still trail 2-0 heading into the home half of the 7th. When we come back, the Steamers pick things up with Shane Easter in his 4th plate appearance. Houston Wright waiting on deck, and Alan Alonso due up third in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
So fans, we're going to run the auction through the top of the 8. After the top of the 8, okay? Okay. Pitching now the top one full of the boat and leads the catch.
The Steamers are excited to announce the upcoming Magic 95.9 night at Historic Hicks Field on Tuesday, July 28th. One lucky fan will go home with $25,000, courtesy of Magic 95.9. Mark your calendars now. You will not want to miss it. Magic 95.9 is a proud sponsor of your Edenton Steamers. Tune in every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. and listen with Bill Benjamin. Magic 95.9, the music lover station. Man, could I use that $25,000. Just graduated college. I'm sure that would help out my family quite a bit. Shane Easter digging in with his Steamers up 2-0 following a scoreless top of the 7th from the Greenbrier offense. First pitch to Easter. Taken high and away for ball 1. One-0 taken for ball 2. Easter already with 1 walk tonight to bring his total on the season to 19 as he still leads the Steamers in the category. 0 for 2 though, as his first 2 at-bats resulted in a ground out and a fly out. Fouls off the 2-0. Now a 2-1 count. The 2-1 now to Easter. High curveball. 3-1. There is a new pitcher on the mound for Greenbrier. My apologies. Luke Uff making his first appearance on the mound for the Knights this season, as his Knights trail 2-0. Easter draws his 20th walk of the summer. And when I was talking to Shane Easter before, I don't typically like to tell players their stats. I know it gets in a lot of their heads, or a lot of guys overthink their statistics, but I wanted to let him know that you are leading this team in walks. And when he asked how many, I was honest. Coming into today's game, he had 18. And he was really excited just because he said coming into the summer, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to work counts. He wanted to be patient at the plate as Houston Wright takes the first pitch in his 4th plate appearance for a ball low below the zone. Wright struck out looking in 3 pitches back in the 5th. 1-0 the count. Second pitch, runs inside, nearly hits right. Don't know how he avoided that pitch. Easter moves up to second on the wild pitch, as the count moves to 2-0. But Easter very happy to hear that his walk numbers were that high. And you don't always see guys that get that jazzed up about just quality at-bats and drawing walks, but Shane was clearly visibly excited to hear that he was leading the Steamers in that category. The 2-0 to right. Change up high above the zone. 3 straight balls to right. Right 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles. No RBIs though, so that total still sits at 37. The 3-0. Right, for whatever reason, swinging on the 3-0 at a pitch high and inside, pops it up to Sisto at short. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Now 2 for 4 is Houston Wright. And Wright doing Uff quite the favor out on the mound. As had he held up on that swing, it was surely a 4-pitch walk, but instead he flies out in just 4 pitches. Alan Alonso back up at the plate. Reached on an error that allowed Shane Easter to score on as the first run of the game back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice as well and singled back in the 1st. Alonso yet to add to that runs scored total of 28 tonight, as he's been left stranded all 3 times. He is up to 28 RBIs, however. The 2-0 drifts far too outside. 3 straight balls to Alonso. It's the count 3-0. The 3-0. Taken high and outside for ball 4. So Alonso works a walk. And that brings up Josiah Seitler, who's itching for a hit. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a fly out to center. Walked in his first appearance. Seitler up to 18 strikeouts this season. Also up to 10 walks. First pitch to Seitler in the at-bat, pops straight up in the air. But this one drifts out of play. Behind the stadium. 0-1 the count to Seitler. Double play ball in order for the Knights infield, with runners on 1st and 2nd for the Steamers. And just 1 away in the inning. Seitler waits for the 0-1 off a breaking pitch in the dirt on the cusp of the opposite batter's box. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. Runs high and tight on Seitler. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Called strike 2. Lower outside corner. Count even at 2-2. It's still just 1 out and 2 runners on. 1 in scoring position and Shane Easter over at 2nd. Uff with the 2-2 to Seitler. Breaks his bat as it's fouled off down the 3rd base line. Count still at 2-2 to Seitler. Uff with the 2-2. High for ball 3. Count fills up. Seitler still looking for that first hit tonight, but not over eager at the plate. Really working this count. Uff with the 3-2. Swung on, fouled off. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up to Seitler. the 3-2. Breaking pitch, way high above the zone, ball 4. 2 walks tonight for Josiah Seitler as his season total moves to 11. Aaron Copeland now back up to the plate. Copeland 1 for 3 tonight with a solo shot. The lone run to come across for the Steamers in the bottom of the 6th. Copeland takes the first pitch for ball 1. Bases loaded for Copeland, the 1-0. Grounded hard down the third base line, but cuts foul at the third base bag. At the last second, Copeland evens up the count at 1-1. Still just 1 out in the inning. Double play possible for the Greenbrier Knights defense with just 1 away and the bases loaded. The 1-1 to Copeland. Runs far inside. Second ball of the AB. 2-1 the count. Copeland swinging at the 2-1 and he lines it into left field. Easter comes home from third. Alonzo being waved around third all the way from second by Marshall McDonald as 2 runs come across for Aaron Copeland, who's now up to 3 RBIs today. And the Steamers take a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Seitler just advances to second, and Copeland obviously holding up at first. A single and a home run for Aaron Copeland today, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Copeland up to 14 RBIs in the 2020 summer. And now Casey Hare, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a double in 3 plate appearances. He also drew a walk. Back at the plate for the 4th time with Josiah Seitler in scoring position. Aaron Copeland at first, but still just 1 away. Double play still in order for the Greenbrier defense. 2 runs come across on the Aaron Copeland single to right or left. Copeland having quite the day after starting 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Responds after starting 0-2. 2 for 2 in his last 2 ABs with a home run and a single that drove in 2 runs. The 1-1 to Hare. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Jarnowski with a beat on it. The throw gets past the third baseman Jackson. Seitler is going to score easily. Copeland makes it all the way up from first to third on the throwing error. And the Steamers now hold a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Two balls, 1 strike. The count to Casey Hare with Copeland now standing on third after the run scored from Josiah Seitler on the throwing error from Zach Jarnowski. Three balls, 1 strike, the count now to Hare. The 3-1 on the way. Swung on and grounded to first. Carter can't play it on a hop. Takes a crazy hop over the left shoulder of Carter and into right field. Carter doesn't put a glove on it, so it's going to go in as a base hit, the 3rd of the night. Or 3rd hit of the night, 2nd base hit of the night for Casey Harris. He's now 3 for 3. Copeland comes in to score. Steamers now up 6-0. Hare brings in his first RBI tonight. And his total moves to 11 RBIs on the season. Adam Fine back up at the plate with still just 1 out in the inning. Double play ball in order with Casey Hare standing over at first. Fine 0 for 2 today. Grounded in. And grounded out in his last plate appearance to shortstop. And struck out looking in his first in the 4th inning. 6-0 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. Fine taking all the way on a breaking pitch. That one gets past Jarnowski. Hare moves up to second base safely. Jarnowski was looking for that ball for quite some time, but Hare not watching the catcher, holding up at just second base. Maybe could have gotten all the way to third if he was sprinting the full way around. 1-1 the count to Adam Fine, the right fielder who came in as a defensive substitution for Jackson Hipp in the third inning. Fine takes the 1-1 outside for ball 2. 6-0 our score once again here in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs have come across for the Steamers. The 2-1. High and away for ball 3. Fine takes the 3-1 for strike 2. It was in fact a balk called against Luke Uff. Casey Hare trotting up to third base. 3-1 to Adam Fine, taken for ball 4. They will appeal down to Eric Byram at first base as Fine started his swing, but is in fact ruled ball 4. Adam Fine, who was leading this team in walks for quite some time, now up to 16 on the season. Case Kermode digs in. Kermode 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second, looking for that first hit, which would add to the Steamers' 6-0 lead, with Casey Hare waiting on third. Runners on the corners now for the Steamers. Still just 1 out in the inning. The 1-0. Fine on his way down to second. Jarnowski pops up to throw down. Not in time. Fine picking up the stolen base. Kermode takes the 2-0 high for ball 3. Kermode swings at the 3-0, comes up empty. Count moves to 3-1. Kermode up to 13 strikeouts with the 2 tonight. Just 6 walks, the 3-1, taken high and inside, as that walk total now moves to 7. And Uff loads the bases. Once again, this is Uff's first appearance on the mound for Greenbrier this season. There's going to be a pitching change now for Greenbrier. Uff's day comes to an end after completing just 1/3 of an inning.
Well, we had to reschedule our
4 earned runs come across.
this coming Tuesday night, and one lucky person will get an opportunity to possibly win $25,000 in cash. So we hope that you will come out to the Historic Hicks Field.
Just 2 hits in the inning off of Uff for the Steamers.
At 7:05, and good luck, and thank you for supporting your.
Now Dalton Barham on the mound, warming up for the Knights. Barham, 7 games played, 7 appearances on the mound. 1 game start, 11 2/3 innings recorded. 19 earned runs to his credit, 21 total on 19 hits, 17 walks allowed, and only 10 strikeouts. He's also hit 6 batters. Last time he faced off against the Steamers, came back on the 21st. Didn't even complete 1/3 of an inning, as he allowed 3 earned runs on 2 hits, 2 walks surrendered, and no strikeouts. He threw for 3 innings against the Steamers back on the 11th. Allowed 2 earned runs to score 3 total on 3 hits, 3 walks. Struck out 4 Steamers and hit 1.
they still got time to get more money in on those jerseys.
So Bruder Rubenstein digging in. As the first man, Dalton Barham, will face out of the bullpen for the Knights. 6-0 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs have come across on 2 hits for the Steamers in the inning. Greenbrier also with an error this inning as well, as they lead in the category 2-1 over the Steamers. Steamers have an 8-2 lead in the hits column. First pitch from Barham, slider, doesn't move too much. Finishes high and inside on Rubenstein, 1-0 the count. Bases loaded for the Steamers with just 1 away in the inning. Kermode on first, Fine on second, and Hare on third. Hare the only base runner to reach on a hit, as Kermode and Fine both worked bases on balls. 1-1 to Rubenstein. Way inside, up at the helmet of the 5'6" center fielder. 1-2-1 the count. Barham with the 2-1. Nice slider. Called strike 2. Barham looking to pick up the second out of the inning with the bases loaded for the Steamers, and just 4 runs already come across. 2-2 runs very far inside and high above the helmet of Rubenstein once again to fill up the count. Barham a ball away from walking in another run, a strike away from picking up second out. The 3-2. Hits Rubenstein. Barham hits his 7th batter of 2020. And the 7th run of the contest comes in to score for the Steamers. Knights pitchers were really doing a great job against this Steamers lineup, especially when you look at the work of Wes Bonney, who made his first start tonight, not just against the Steamers, but all of 2020. Vincent Bashara did a nice job out of the bullpen as well. Luke Uff and Dalton Barham, the only ones out of the bullpen to allow a run on hits. Shane Easter back up at the plate as we've batted around in the inning. 5 runs have scored here in the bottom of the 7th for the Steamers. Still on just 2 hits. 7-0 is our score. The 2-0 to Easter, swung on and fouled off. Opposite way. Two-1 to Easter, low and in the dirt. So the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Barham a ball away from walking in yet another run, with Fine standing on third and Kermode and Rubenstein occupying second and first. The 3-1 to Easter. Way far inside. But Easter swings and fouls it off to move the count to 3-2. One out, the 3-2 from Barham. Fouled off yet again. Easter already with a pair of walks tonight. 1 more brings his season total to 21. So he's really starting to pull away with that lead in the category. Bases loaded, 1 out. Barham with a 3-2 to Shane Easter. Swung on, grounded hard to Carter at first. He snags it on a hop, steps on first for 1, but meanwhile Fine comes in to score from third. For the 6th run of the inning, Steamers now lead 8-0.
Left field, the University of Tennessee Martin, number 22, Houston Wright.
Houston Wright back up at the plate. Popped out earlier in the inning. First pitch to Houston Wright with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Wright takes the first pitch for ball 1. Runners on second and third. Following the ground out from Shane Easter. Easter now 0 for 3 today in 5 plate appearances. 2-0 the count following the second pitch ball. 2-0 ripped to left center field. That ball's carrying and it bounces up against the wall. Kermode trots in from third. Rubenstein's going to score all the way from second, while Wright slides into second with a 2-run double. 10-0 now the score for the Steamers as they bring 8 runs across here in the bottom of the 7th. And just 2 outs. And Alan Alonso digging in. Alonso 1 for 3 with a walk. The single coming all the way back in the first inning. Alonso swings at the first pitch from Barham in the AB. Comes up empty. Oh, 1 the count to Alonso. The 0-1 to Alonso, breaking pitch in the dirt. One the count now to Alonso after the breaking pitch in the dirt. 1-1 taken outside for ball 2. Runners on second and just Houston Wright. The 2-1 to Alonso. Inside for ball 3. 3 hits in the inning have accounted for 8 runs as the Steamers now lead 10-0. The 3-1 to Alonso. Swung on and fouled off the inside part of the bat. Straight up as it drifts behind us here in the press box in the grandstand. Steamers with the last wooden grandstand standing in North Carolina. One of the last few remaining in the United States. 2 outs. Barham checking on Wright at second. The 3-2 to Alonso. High and away for ball 4. Alonso with a pair of walks in the inning. Wright takes third as Jarnovsky can't put a mitt on the fastball high and away for ball 4. So runners in the corners now for the Steamers, and Josiah Seitler, who also walked earlier on in this inning, comes up to the plate for the 5th time tonight.
Yeah, what's that? Is it blood?
Alonso on the move down to second on the first pitch of the AB. No one covering the bag, no throw down. And Seitler takes the first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 to Seitler. Grounded to second. Will trying to make the play, but it rolls off the forearm and up in the air. As Seitler reaches first base safely, Wright comes in to score as the 9th run of the inning. Steamers now lead 11-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Seitler reaches on an error, but picks up an RBI as Aaron Copeland's back up at the plate. Singled home 2 runs in his first plate appearance to make it a 4-0 game. First pitch to Copeland, taken for ball 1. Runners in the corners following the reach on an error from Josiah Seitler. Alan Alonso on third, Seitler on first. Copeland 2 for 4 today, with a home run and a 2-run single in this inning. Fouls off the 1-0. Count moves to 1-1. 11-0 our score here in the bottom of the 7th, an inning that apparently has no end as the Steamers continue to pour in the runs. The 1-1 grounded very hard down the third base line, but foul. as Alonso has to twinkle toe his way out of the direction of that ground ball. One to the count to Copeland with 2 outs and runners in the corners. He chops one to short. Sisto playing it on a hop makes the throw over to Willett. Second covering the bag for the force, and that finally retires the side. 9 runs in the inning for the Steamers on 3 hits. 2 errors from the Greenbrier defense brings their total in that column to 3. 11-0 is our score as we head to the penultimate frame. Greenbrier needing to come up with some serious offense to put the pressure back on the Steamers as they trail 11-zip. Jacob Jackson leads off as the bottom of the orders due up. Norm Holcomb and Christian Carter looked upon to get the offense going as well in the inning. Once again, 11-0 our score. We head to the top of the 8th frame. Alex Shirazi back on the mound for yet another inning of work. When we come back, my name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
This really just started bleeding, and I was like,
base from Washington Lee, number 24, Jacob Jackson. Fans, you can pay with cash, check, or credit card.
Alex Shirazi back on the mound for his 8th inning of work. First pitch, a ground ball from Jacob Jackson to Hare at shortstop. The throw over to first is not in time. As Jackson reaches first base safely. 11-0 our score following the 9-run bottom of the 7th for the Steamers on just 3 hits. Two errors for Greenbrier's defense in that inning as well. Steamers pick up their second of the contest on that mishandled ground ball from Casey Hare at shortstop. Jackson with a lead off of first. Norm Holcomb back at the dish for the 3rd time tonight. First pitch from Shirazi, taken for strike 1. Shirazi still with still with 15 strikeouts tonight. Didn't pick up a strikeout in that 7th inning of work. 0-1 the count to Holcomb. Second pitch high and away for ball 1. Holcomb with just 1 strikeout tonight, a strikeout looking on 3 pitches back in the 3rd. And I say only because every player on this lineup for Greenbrier has a strikeout. 2 of them have 2, and 2 of them with 3 as well. A 1-1. Curveball can't find the zone. Ends up a bit high and mostly outside. Count moves to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, a runner on first, none out in the top of the 8th. 2-1 gets past Kermode. Jackson advances on the play, double play eliminated for the Steamers infield. Ray Stokeham up and working in the Steamers bullpen. Shirazi making it deeper than any other Edenton starter tonight as he's in his 8th inning of work. The 3-1 taken high and away for ball 4. And Connor Daly's coming out of the dugout to talk things over with the starter Alex Shirazi. Christian Carter up at the plate. Carter 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. singled in his first plate appearance in the third.
Go to the picnic tables, pay for the jerseys. Cash check. Credit card. And you get your jersey after the game.
So 2 runners on for the Knights. Shirazi still on the mound with none out in the inning. Ground ball possibility back in action for the Steamers infield. First pitch to Carter from Shirazi. A fastball fouled off the inside part of the bat for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. To the last man in the order, Christian Carter. Zach Will waits on deck. Will with 3 strikeouts tonight. The 0-1 to Carter. Fastball low and in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Shirazi. The 1-1. Swung at and missed. Carter reaches out of the zone on a breaking pitch. Slider that had some sweet cutting movement about foot in front of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Carter. The 1-2 from Shirazi. Swung on a missed, strike 3. 16 punch-outs for Alex Shirazi in 7 1/3 innings of work. That brings up Zach Will, who looks to avoid picking up the golden sombrero. 3 strikeouts tonight, 2 swinging, 1 looking. That strikeout looking coming in just 6 pitches. He struck out in 2 full counts against Shirazi in his first and his third strikeouts. First pitch to Will, low and away, ball 1. One-0 the count to Zach Will. 2 runners on. Second pitch runs pretty far outside, but Craig Spate calling it strike 1 as the count evens up at 1-1. One out in the inning. Double play still in order for the Steamers infield. The 1-1 on its way from Shirazi. Swung at and missed. Will down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Shirazi checking on the runner at second. The 1-2 to Will. Swung at and missed, strike 3. 17 strikeouts for Alex Shirazi. And Zach Will goes down on strikes for the 4th time tonight. And Luke Lakeman making a plate appearance for the first time tonight. A pinch hitter for Luke Uff, who started tonight as a designated hitter and appeared as a pitcher in relief in the 7th, but was removed during that 9-run onslaught from the Steamers offense. First pitch from Shirazi, swinging strike 1 to Lakeman, who comes up with his shirt untucked. Looking a bit unprofessional is Lakeman. I'm only joking. His shirt is out of his pants though. The 0-1 to Lakeman, swung on a missed, strike 2. Shirazi 1 strike away from his 18th K. And 3 strikeouts in the inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The 0-2 from Shirazi. Swung on and missed. 18 strikeouts. Alex Shirazi fired up, and rightfully so. 8 innings of work, 18 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Just 2 hits given up through the 8 innings of work. Shirazi is feeling himself.
All the jerseys. Head on down to the table.
No hits, no runs. 2 runners left on in the inning for Greenbrier. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. The Steamers look to add to their 11-0 lead. Steamers pick up an error in the inning on the defensive end. Their total moves to 2. When we come back, Casey Hare leads off at the bottom of the order, due up for the Steamers. Hare, Hip, and Kermode in that order. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Let's go! 23, baby.
Pitching now. The 36 Chase Flower. So good. So head to the picnic table where you wrote your deal stand on the jerseys. Cash, credit, check, either one. Shortstop Miller, number 15, Casey Hare.
Chase Godin, the new pitcher on the mound, right-hander and incoming freshman. At undecided, he is not committed to a school yet. Casey Hare, the first batter Godin will face out of the bullpen. Steamers lead 11-0 after Alex Shirazi continues to put on a show on the mound for the Steamers. 18 strikeouts tonight through 8 full innings of work. Just 2 hits against Shirazi. Hare down 0-1. Second pitch swings, but comes up empty. Now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, foul tipped, but Jarnovsky unable to hold on to it. Count remains at 0-2. To the count to the leadoff man in the inning, Casey Hare swings at the 0-2, pops it up. Foul over the Edenton dugout. Oh, 2 taken for ball 1. Hare, 3 for 3 tonight as he takes the 1-2 low below the zone. So evens up the count 2-2. The 2-2. Fouled off the knee guard of Jarnovsky. Hare with a pair of singles tonight and a double that came back in the 6th. Came around as a run scored back in the 7th. Also brought a runner home with the single. to add to his RBI total. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hare after starting this at-bat down 0-2. Godin looking for the first out. 3-2. Popped up, but fouled out of play. Hare with a walk tonight as well. 3-2. Godin rings him up. Hare watches the 9th pitch of the at-bat come all the way in for a called strike 3, his first strikeout tonight. And Hare picks up his 12th K of the season. And now Adam Fine making his 4th plate appearance. Hitless tonight. A ground out, a strikeout, and a walk. Check swing on the first pitch. They appeal down to Eric Byram down the first base line. Waves it off. Ball 1. The 1-0 to Fine. In there for a called strike 1. One swung on, bounces out of the mid of Jarnovsky, but Fine now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Fine. 1 out in the inning, the 1-2. Popped up, a short pop-up to Christian Carter at first, who makes just 3 steps over off the bag to record the second out of the inning. And now Case Kermode, who's still hitless tonight. 0 for 3 with a walk and a pair of strikeouts as well. Kermode with a 182 average coming into today's game. It's unfortunately definitely taken a hit.
Fans use a little bit of patience.
He falls behind. No balls and 1 strike.
We're going to collect the money. Just use a little patience.
The 0-1 to Kermode. Swung on, grounded to Will at second. Takes a bit of a hard hop off the infield grass, but Will fields it cleanly on the hop. He makes the throw over to Carter in time at first for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Steamers go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 8th, but they still hold an 11-0 lead heading into the top of the 9th. When we come back, Ray Stokeham looks to save this game, or not save it with the 11-run lead, but close out tonight's contest and maintain the shutout, as Greenbrier still has yet to bring a run across on just 2 hits. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. When we come back, 3, 4, and 5 up for the Knights, starting with Shane McCarthy. Once again, 11-0 our score.
Number 12, Ray Stokeham.
College of the Albemarle has proudly served northeastern North Carolina for nearly 60 years. COA is North Carolina's first community college with 4 campuses across 7 counties, excellent educational programs, and a strong tradition in the Albemarle region. Their real passion is transformation of their students as they achieve their dreams and grow to better serve their communities. No matter your background, whatever your goals at COA, you'll transform your tomorrow. Visit their website today at www.albemarle.edu. Doug Williams, Rick Gilbert Refrigeration, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving residents and businesses in the Elizabeth City and surrounding areas since 1974. They are a full-service licensed and insured refrigeration, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning contractor. Customer service is their #1 priority. They provide honest, ethical, and reliable service to every one of their customers. Give them a call today at 252-338-3051. Once again, that's Rick Doug Williams, Rick Gilbert, HVAC Systems at 252-338-3051. Alex Shirazi's night finally comes to an end after 8 full innings of work in which he led up just 2 hits to the Greenbrier Knights, no runs, and picked up the most strikeouts of any Steamer in an appearance this year with 18, a start or a relief appearance. 18 strikeouts for Alex Shirazi tonight. Ray Stokeham comes out of the bullpen to close this game out with arguably the hardest part of the order due up for the Knights. We start with Shane McCarthy in the 3-hole, who's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch from Stokeham catches the high outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 from Stokeham, swung on and missed, dropped by Kermode, but it won't matter as it's just the second strike. 0-2 is the count to McCarthy. Stokeham, 8 games played, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 12 walks, and 21 strikeouts all season. McCarthy swings at the 0-2 and flares a single out to left field. Just the 3rd hit of the night for Greenbrier, but that does set up the double play ball for the Steamers infield as McCarthy's held up at first.
University of Maryland, Baltimore County, number 13, Zach Jarnowski.
Zach Jarnowski's turn. Stokeham's last time out against the Knights came on July 8th, in which he threw for just 1 inning to close out the contest and struck out 3 straight batters. Jarnowski takes the first pitch from Stokeham for strike 1. Jarnowski looking to avoid the hat trick. 2 strikeouts tonight and a line out to left in his last at bat. The 0-1 from Stokeham with a runner at first, high and inside. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 from Stokeham. Swung at and missed by Jarnowski, behind in the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes with McCarthy still standing over at first base. 11-0 our score here in the top of the 9th. Steamers went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 from Stokeham. Breaking pitch that rings up Jarnowski for the 3rd time tonight. Absolutely nothing Jarnowski was going to do with that mean-looking slider. First out of the inning, recorded for the Knights. Double play ball ends it. Or a double play successfully executed ends it. Bo Gonzalez at the dish. Gonzalez watches the first pitch go by him right at the eyeballs. So he has to bend a bit out of the way. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 hits Gonzalez. A slider that Stokeham lost control of. Puts runners on first and second for the Knights. And now Ricky Sisto. Looking to avoid the hat trick as well. A pair of strikeouts tonight with a ground out to third in his last at-bat. Two runners on now for the Knights as they trail 11-0. Just 3 hits in the game for Greenbrier. Stokeham looking to settle in. The first pitch to Sisto. Foul tip back into the mid of Case Kermode. 0-1 the count to Sisto to start his 4th plate appearance. Stokeham with the 0-1. Popped up in the air. Drifting out of play. Aaron Copeland making his way over to the Steamers' dugout, reaching over the brick wall, but that one way out of reach. Sisto now down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 away and 2 runners on. 0-2 to Sisto. Almost hits him. He has to
Both hands, please.
duck his head out of the way.
Jersey before you go out on the field.
Count moves to 1-2.
Pay for it before you get it.
Still just one away. Gonzalez on first. McCarthy on second, the 1-2. Grounded down the third base line. Sisto stays alive with the count staying at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
First time.
No, I've been nervous lots of times.
The 1-2 from Stokeham. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Big punch out there from Ray Stokeham to set Sisto down as the second out of the inning. Sisto, 3 strikeouts tonight.
The base from Washington, number 24, Jacob.
And that brings up Jacob Jackson. Jackson with a single tonight. And without a strikeout. The only starter for Greenbrier tonight to not strike out at least once in tonight's contest. First pitch swing comes up empty. Oh, 1 the count to Jackson. The 0-1. Runs inside at the wrists to even up the count at 1-1. 2 gone for Greenbrier here in the top of the 9th. One runs inside. Two on the count, with 2 away and 2 on. Two 1 taken for strike 2. Stokeham evens up the count. 1 strike away from putting an end to tonight's ball game. 11-0 our score. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 from Stokeham. Low. Fills up the count. Three balls, 2 strikes, runners on first and second. A ball loads the bases, a strike ends the game. Stokeham. The 3-2. Inside for ball 4. So after starting the AB, 1-2, Stokeham loses Jackson. And that brings up Norm Holcomb.
Right field from Washington.
Holcomb, 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out into a double play in the 5th. A strikeout looking in the 3rd. Drew a walk in his last plate appearance in the 8th. Has an RBI opportunity, a chance to bring the first run of the game across for the Knights here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Stokeham. Runs high and in for ball 1. One low below the zone, or 1-0 below the zone. Taken for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Stokeham swung on and missed. Holcomb ahead in the count, still 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and the bases still loaded. The 2-1 runs inside, nearly hits Holcomb. Stokeham ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. One more ball, and Stokeham gives up the shutout with the bases loaded. The 3-1 from Stokeham. Swung on and missed. Count fills up at 3-2. A strike ends the game. A walk brings the first run of the contest across for Greenbrier. 11-0 our score. Bases loaded. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Stokeham, the full count pitch. Grounded softly to Alonso at first. Fields it himself. Steps on the bag for the third and final out of the game. A mob raise Stokeham simply for saving pitchers BP tomorrow. But the real star of tonight's contest, Alex Shirazi, the starting pitcher out of Lenore-Rhine. 18 strikeouts over 8 full innings of work. Just 2 hits allowed for Shirazi. But again, I repeat, 18 strikeouts for the right-hander. An unbelievable night for the starter for the Edenton Steamers. 11-0, the final score. That's going to do it for tonight's edition of Steamers Baseball. The Steamers come away the victor over Greenbrier by a final score of 11-0. The Steamers now move to 17-5 in TSL play, picking up their 5th consecutive TSL win and 6th straight win overall, while Greenbrier's record now moves to 7-13. The season series between these two squads now moves to 7-2, favoring the Steamers. Your Clams are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Tidewater Drillers for the 7th time in 2020. Edenton currently holds a 5-1 record and season series advantage over the Drillers after Edenton won the last meeting between the two here at Historic Hicks 7-6 in walk-off fashion. That was back on Tuesday, July 14th. First pitch between Edenton and Tidewater tomorrow is set for 7 p.m. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay beautiful, Steamers Nation.